lovelies, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about experimentation and failure in artwork. So recently I was working on this painting, the one you actually see in the background of this video, and I went into this painting thinking about how I wanted to experiment a specific technique and develop it more so that I could take that experimentation into another painting that I wanted to use that technique for, but I didn't want to ruin the other painting. So I made a piece specifically dedicated for this task. And if you've been anywhere on art YouTube or gotten artist advice anywhere, you've probably heard the phrase make bad art, which I cannot express enough to you is very good. But what you might not think about, as opposed to just making art all the time and be and expect it to be bad, is make bad art intentionally with the specific intent to learn something from it. And you may have heard that, you may have seen it before. I know I watched a TikTok recently, and I'll try to find it and link it below, where someone was making bad art specifically to learn how to do something and develop a specific style for something. But what you might not think about is making entire pieces. So with this piece, I wanted to see what would happen if I made a smoke effect and put the color that's supposed to be behind the smoke on top of the smoke effect. It did not go well. It turned out horribly. But what I did learn after that, at the end, when I tried to put the smoke effect back on top of that color layer, is that worked significantly better. And that's the part that I took into the other painting, which you guys will be seeing on Tuesday. What does this look like in practice, besides just making art and trying something new? Well, that's exactly it. There's really not much to it besides that. It's really just thinking about something that you want to learn and having some sort of very specific intent when you go to put your pen to paper or brush to canvas. Find a way you want to take that exploration further. I would definitely highly recommend already having what you want to use this technique for in mind, so that way you know what specifically you need to make into your game plan. I would also very much recommend having a couple of different ways you want to try this experimentation. Really think about it from a technical standpoint. Literally, this is art that's not meant to be seen. I'm showing you mine for specifically this video, but I wasn't going to. Like, this was purely just meant to be a piece for myself, and I'm actually going to be gessoing over it and reusing the panel at some point in the future. It's very important that you don't put it in a sketchbook you want to sketchbook toward. Don't post it anywhere. Just really keep it for yourself. If you want to keep it to look back on, that's great, but you don't have to. You can just take what you learn from this, go into your next pieces. So what does this look like on a more regular basis? Because this is something you should be doing, I would say, at least once a month if you're wanting to continuously develop your skills. But again, you can do whatever you want. I'm not forcing you into anything. At least once a month, I try to think about something that I'm really struggling with, or something or a project I have coming up that I don't know how to work out specifically, and I take that specific thing once a month. I just dive into it head first. I collect references. You really want to try and find what other artists do to give you a sort of baseline. You can get a baseline for their technique. For example, when you try to learn how to draw hands, you look into other people's techniques and you don't copy it exactly. You kind of smash everything together and make it your own. So do something similar to that. Experimentation is required to grow, and going into your art with this intent is gonna be so helpful for you, because if it's a mentality and mindset that you develop and really lean into in your normal practices, you will grow so much confidence in yourself and your abilities to learn. Every time you do this, you will not only in fact take your abilities and techniques that you're learning, but you're also going to be developing your skills of learning. And now that might not make a ton of sense because I know I ramble a lot, but that ability to learn and develop yourself is so crucial as an artist, to always be learning and developing and changing, because your tastes are always changing, and that's why bad art is good. But do it intentionally. Don't just make bad art, because yes, you should make bad art all the time, but every once in a while, go in it with the intention and the experimentation. Think about yourself like a mad scientist and your canvas, the gears, and just throw it all together and see what happens. See what you can learn and tinker and make out of that. It's so exhilarating. I know this is a really short video, guys, and I might have rambled just a little bit too much, but if you guys stuck around this long, I really thank you so much. And this was, in fact, not the video I had at all planned for today. I actually had a different video planned, but I've bumped that to next week. I hope you all have really amazing weekends. I appreciate you all so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, my lovelies. Have a great day.